a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future. We all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer. What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Up here. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let's turn the music off. Hey, can you guys hear me? What's up? This year is crazy already. It's only been like a day, I think. And I don't even know what's going on. Hi, Nina. Come on, Winnie. Anybody else have a needy dog? Hey, what's up, Kane? Yo, this year is like, I'm just sitting here thinking, can we get better psyops? Can they do a better job? It's getting ridiculous. I mean, it's just getting fucking ridiculous. I don't even pay attention to Luigi Mangione or whatever his name is. I just can't even look at that story. There's too many problems with it. And now we have this guy is it New Orleans? And then we have the other thing in Texas or something. I can't keep up with this shit. I really can't. I cannot keep up with it. So anyway, I just wanted to come on and say hi and talk about some of the cases that, we've been following the past year. There's a lot going on in the cases. I just saw something that Leslie, my awesome moderator, sent to me, which was that guy To The Point. And basically this lawyer went onto a live stream with Sleuthy Goosey and Criminality and dropped a bomb. Essentially, I mean, you would think it would be a bomb, but it's really going to end up probably being nothing. But it just shows the level of hi, Dynamite. Happy New Year to you too. You would think it would be a bomb, right? Because essentially if what the lawyer is stating is true, which I don't think he would lie about it, he's risking his bar if he does. Um, Richard Allen's case should be reversed because he had an attorney assigned to him when they had some sort of meeting, and the attorney was not let in, and because of that, it's technically a reversal of his trial, of him being held guilty. Now, I don't know how that would change a whole lot because I think he would still then be in jail. So I really don't know. But that case is one that really, really bothers me and also confuses me because people are so dead set on this guy being guilty, and it's just like, why? I don't I don't get it. And it's the same thing with Brian Koberger, right? Like Brian Koberger, a lot's been going on in that trial. And, we've got Pavarotti breaking it all down for us. Wimmer, did you find your way over to the Twaffle? What did that girl call Leslie? Twaffle Watts or something? Is that what she called her, Wimmer? You know who I'm talking about? What was it again, Leslie? Twaffle Waffle or something? Twat Waffles? Anyway, so back to Brian Koberger, right? So Pavarotti is um basically um I don't know, he's breaking it down for us, right? And people are giving him all this hate and all this other stuff. But honestly, if you go back to the beginning, a lot of this case does seem to center around drug connections. I think that is something that we can't ignore. I am not saying that I agree wholeheartedly with what Pavarotti is doing, nor do I agree that he puts out certain things about people being confidential informants and stuff. I still find that to be dangerous, but that's his gig, and that's his freedom of speech to say what he would like to say. But I do think he's uncovered quite a bit of interesting connections in this case, right? Um, so, some of them, I've tried to verify the things that he says. It's tough to do sometimes because some of the information he gets, like I've looked for and I haven't been able to find it. So, um, but I can't really disprove anything he's saying either. So I keep listening, and yeah, I heard all the stuff that came out, like some creators doing stories on other creators is just hilarious to me. It's like, it's peak hypocrisy, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm talking about Pavarotti and his theories and stuff, but I'm not talking about him as a person or bashing him or trying to dox him. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what are these people doing out here? Like, seriously, what? It's so bizarre to me, and I don't like to have any part of it. And I don't know if you can see it, but right here, I have a black eye. It was a lot worse. I mean, it was like, whoo, all the way over here. And the way that I got it was I basically opened up my car door and knocked myself out. So that was pretty hilarious. Just shows you how coordinated I am. Anyway, so the Brian Koberger case, very interesting, right? So anyway, what I wanted to do is go back to the beginning with some of this. And I put together a little montage of the forgotten clips, guys, the forgotten clips. Because how did this Brian Koberger fiasco get this fucking crazy to begin with? Like, why did it get this crazy to begin with? And I've done it. I did a whole thing about the Goncalves, right? Like, why are people shitting on them? Like, why are people, whatever. But I found some lost footage, I guess I'll call it, or memory hold footage, whatever you want to call it. And it turns out that it's not just people like true crime creators that are suspicious of the Goncalves family. So let's just take a look at this here.
So it could have been that individual was doing something at that point in time, and he was waiting for the police to pull off, because I'm sure they had their lights going, and then he got out of that place as quickly as possible. When you look at that neighborhood from the top down, and you look real close, you see that there's several different dead ends that if you park a car down, you're going to have to turn around and go back out the other way. If you want to go walk out straight out to a road, you have to walk a block or so to get to a road that actually just keeps going.
Yeah.
So I still think that the killer lives within 1 hour. I know they've expanded it, which I was saying at 3 hours. Now they've expanded it to the border of Canada, which is about 3 hours away. But I still believe that the killer probably lives within an hour and most likely within the neighborhood somewhere.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that if you think the killer is still around that area. All right, well, we continue to follow this story. I hope that they can, get some sort of FBI agent and former Navy SEAL, Jonathan Gilliam. Jonathan, welcome back to Wake Up America. So let's start with that. What conflicting means of death mean? Autopsy results are already out. The father of one of those students says the points of damage don't match. What does he mean by this, you think?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know what this guy means. I'm going to take a little bit of a turn on this because this individual, Stephen Goncalves, I always butcher his last name. He's doing an interview. It seems like every 4 to 8 hours, and many of these different news agencies are putting what he has to say all over the airwaves, and they're not looking at the totality of the things that this guy says. He himself, not law enforcement, he says conflicting things constantly. And he says things that are very odd over and over again. I've worked a lot of different cases. I spoke to a lot of different law enforcement. In fact, one police officer who was a mayor of a town in Springfield and a 20-year police officer reached out to me yesterday and said he's never seen anyone that seemed like they have committed a homicide more than Mr. Goncalves. Now that's something when we're looking at his statements that he is consistently making to the media, and the media is overlooking the fact that he is saying things. And I have some of the things that he says right here. He says that nobody in the room, that it was fast and nobody suffered. Right?
Yeah,
There's been no report
that?
on there. He's also said that he's just going to say it. This is a quote from Kaylee's dad. I'm just going to say it. It was leaked to me. I earned that. I paid for that funeral. I sent my daughter to college. She came back in a box. He went to when they had their service for all the four slain and made jokes and talked about the lighting. I mean, this individual is bothering me and many people very much. And if at the very least, he is causing law enforcement more problems, I think, than anything else.
Yeah, again, it's definitely confusing. I've heard him on these interviews say those things. Jonathan had read that. You wonder if he's a parent and grieving, if that's what he's going through. But definitely interesting. He also said something that caught my eye, that the killer chose to go upstairs. So want to remind our viewers of the home. So it's a 3-level home. The main entrance is actually like the basement area, and then you go up the 2nd floor. That's where a couple of the bedrooms were, and then you go to the 3rd floor where there were other bedrooms. So he's saying, this father, that the killer went up that 2nd floor and went through the sliding glass door. Have you heard any police reports saying that that was how the killer entered the home?
We've heard no definitive police reports that say that, although I do believe that is correct. I think when you look at the two individuals, the two females that were in the 1st floor, and that 1st floor opens up into a common living room type space. I guess there's bedrooms there, and those go upstairs. It's almost like a second apartment.
Yeah.
And the 2nd floor has its own main area, and then there's the 3rd floor. This Mr. Goncalves, he continues to push out there details about this crime that nobody really knows about. We do know that people were killed on the 2nd and the 3rd floor. I personally have never heard any reports where they were saying that there was different types of attacks and ferocity amongst the different victims. The only person that said that is this same individual. And in the way that he talks about how his daughter and the other girl that was with her were sleeping in the same bed, that information was not released until he said it.
Right. Yeah, so I wonder if the police will come out, Jonathan, and kind of clear up some of these things because, of course, people want answers, right? Kids are back on campus. Winter break's going to start soon. They still don't have a suspect. We talked about the DNA with you. We have about 30 seconds left because there were so many people in that home. When do they get all of the DNA back, and what do you think it could tell them, especially if the suspect's not in the system?
What's going to be a tremendous help on the DNA is when they find DNA that's mixed. There's so many people in that house that there's going to be DNA spread all over the place. It's what DNA is mixed in with the blood on the bed, in and around where the 4 victims were at. Because this, again, I've said this from the very beginning with you on this network, that these were violent attacks. It was most likely a male physically fit enough to stand over 4 people and potentially have to fight these 4 people. But in any case, as he is stabbing, he's also losing skin cells, hair, and those types of things can be used for DNA that would be mixed in.
Yeah, and a lot of people say he may have cut himself in that process. All right, Jonathan Gilliam, thank you so much.
Never seen enough blood where it was running through onto the foundation of the house, the exterior of the house. So that's a tremendous amount of blood, which means there's a tremendous amount of wounds in these individuals. So it takes a lot of strength. You'd be surprised to continue to stab multiple targets with this ferocity. Going back, I want to say one other thing about that K-bar knife, because I think this is very important. That knife is pretty much a relic. Nobody really uses that knife except for people that had them when they got out of the military, or they got handed down. It was around the house. Sometimes they're at different stores where they have surplus products and things. But that is not a slashing knife. It's not a folding knife. That's a big knife. And so for somebody to use that particular knife, I would think that it could have been a younger person who had access to this. It could have been somebody who doesn't have a lot of money and doesn't go out and buy a nice knife if they want to go on killing other people. But a friend of mine pointed this out to me earlier, is that if they have ROTC at that school, that could be something that ROTC would have. And I think that, along with the fact that there was September 12th, there was another threat that someone made with a knife on that campus, which we don't know because law enforcement hasn't told us if that was connected at all or if they even caught the person. I think this is something that they need to be looking at, because the potential that this person could be a student, could be ROTC, could be somebody that lives in the area, kind of seems a little bit more significant.
Male.
So it
is former FBI agent and former Navy SEAL Jonathan Gilliam. Jonathan, welcome back to Wake Up America. So let's start with that. What
Can you hear me? All right, I'm going to have to go. Yeah.